entertainment is life. That bit of life that makes life bearable, that makes it fun. And I know that what I do contributes to that, because I tell my staff that we are not just designers, we are actually selling joy and happiness. So when we're able to put a smile on somebody's face from the dress they wear, make someone very confident because of what they wear, we've done our job, and I'm sure that's entertainment.
Get ready to step into the heartbeat of your city like never before. Welcome to Events Diary, where every moment is a celebration. From the electric energy of Owambe extravaganza, to the richness of our culture, to the sophistication of corporate gatherings, Events Diary is your VIP pass to the hottest gatherings in Nigeria. And guess what? I'll be your guide, your style icon. Each week, join me as I transform from traditional chic to corporate sleek. Whether it's a birthday bash or a high-profile gala, you won't just see it. You'll feel like you're right there with me. Aww. From meetings to evening soirees, I'll be there. Or to the trendiest street festivals or to music concerts, Events Diary has something for everyone. So join me as we explore the vibrant tapestry of Nigerian scene, one event at a time.
It's Wednesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Hello, Tokwe Makodige. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I'm grateful to God. So on Monday, I did my Money Monday, and I shared 10 tips to achieve 10 years of growth in one. And my last tip was based on my personal experience about surrounding yourself with fast runners. And then this morning, when I was exercising, as I walked out of my our own mini estate, I met two guys that seem to be, they have ambition. And because I was trying to catch up with them, I realized that my pace was like my split was like 9:15 up until they turned off. I ended the exercise session at 10:25, and I was faster because the people in front of me were fast. I had to catch up with them. And I had to reflect on it again, that this is something I taught on Monday based on my experience, but I'm experiencing it live and measuring the impact. It wasn't even conscious. I was just walking faster. I was just, because they were walking, I didn't want to lose sight of them. I was walking fast until they turned off. At every point in time, people are around you, you're either catching up to them or you're slowing down to be with them. And sometimes it's not conscious. So it's important to be careful of the people around you and be sure that you're hanging around people that are making you aspire to be more and do more and be faster.
Fantastic.
Long and short, end of the story.
Let's cut out that clip. It's very important.
Well done.
Number two, looking very allergic today. What's happening? Are you going for...
I've been a bit sad this week.
Oh, what
I
happened?
just woke up one day and then my account, they just wiped off my money. I don't understand. Who? Should I mention the bank?
No.
They just wiped off my money.
They're having some upgrade.
Yes, they're having
Since the
some
current
upgrade. So they
upgrade.
wiped off the money and...
But I'm sure they contacted you.
Yeah, yes, they've not contacted. I went to the bank, see the crowd.
Hey,
almost all the
people
branches
they
are
wiped
crowded and all. So I
know the
tried to
bank.
send them, we tried to call them, their lines are not going through. So I just sent them a mail. I've been hoping that they will reply, but...
They have not replied?
They have not sent
You went to the
anything
bank
yet.
and you went back home.
There's one bank I'm about to
and you slept. I don't understand.
See, don't be in a...
There's an upgrade.
Yes, don't be in a hurry. My husband was insulting my own bank when they did it a month ago. Like, oh, move to our own bank, move to our own bank. Now, the two bank of ease, they went crazy.
So there's a current upgrade.
So everybody is
all the
gets
banks.
everybody.
Yeah. So all of us are going to get
bear
that
with
face.
it.
Our road, the road on Ogombo.
There's one bank like this I just discovered. They don't have this kind of problem. They want to
bank,
they are new. They're not newish new. They're there, but they're just there. They're just very private bank.
bank.
I'm going to open that bank. I'm moving. Oh my God!
Please tell me.
I'm moving my money to because they upgrade. When they finish their upgrade, and I'm sure you come back. Please, let me move my money to you.
How are you doing? I'm doing amazing.
How was Zambia? We saw it on social media.
Yes.
This is your first time back on set?
Yes.
Oh, why do I feel like I've seen you?
Welcome back.
We saw a celebration, yes. So I had a lovely time. I had to graduate from my master's in education in Zambia, and it was a beautiful experience. And when I sat with my co-educators, everybody was like, hey, so when are you starting your PhD? I'm not joking. When are you start? Okay, we should do this together.
Exactly.
You want Malawi campus, or you want Zambia campus, or you want Cyprus? We should do this together. I'm like, I wanted to rest.
No. I'm excited for you.
What's going on?
I think
this education just keeps calling me. I'm naturally an educator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please do, please.
So let's see. Let me rest this year. I have a lot of projects lined up this year. Then my wedding anniversary was also beautiful. We used the opportunity to do a little honeymooning.
How was their food? I was wondering, honeymoon in Zambia with which kind of Zambia?
So I ate Chinese, I ate India. There are specific places I go to. So I didn't have an opportunity to eat their local food, but I ate Ethiopia food because we passed by Ethiopia and their food was, their local food was lovely, yeah.
When I was on campus in school, back in the US, there's one Makeda's, an Ethiopian restaurant. Oh my God. I was there.
Well sauced.
No. They have this flat bread and
yes, amazing.
I'm not really adventurous.
So I'm back to work now.
I'll just go and look for a Nigerian restaurant.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. Once I live here, I don't do Nigeria. Nigeria is in my house. We do good Nigeria in my house. Outside, we do other things. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm excited. I'm grateful to God. God's just nothing really.
I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, I have an event.
Let me call Morayo out. I'm waiting for you for your forward, please. You're the one pausing my book.
Yes, you definitely get it on Thursday, no doubt. I mean, it's almost done.
All right.
I mean, I've almost finished reading the book. Very good book, and I think I'm really proud that you found that niche. It's an important niche, parenting, and it's for teenagers.
Yeah.
A lot of parents like us, we get confused. Pre-teens, teen, we need guidance, we need help. Yeah. So I think that's a fantastic book.
Thank you.
So well done. So let me go on a short break now. We'll come back. We'll look at the front pages of the paper. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We'll be right back.
Okay, we're going to start with The Nation. Dismissed 19 states' case against EFCC. Attorney General Federation tells Supreme Court. Edu, improved oil production will boost forex inflows. Export halted for 90 days to crash cooking gas price. Uncertainty envelops the PDP as battle for control rages. Court summons Herbert Wigwe's cousin over will. Najomo's transformative leadership in NCAA. And Tinubu canvasses use of CNG as alternative to petrol. Okay, which story?
Okay, I have two short stories there, but let me take one for time. The federal government has announced the stoppage of the export of locally produced liquefied petroleum gas, that's the LPG, also known as cooking gas. The measure is to mitigate the price of the gas that has been, soaring steadily ever since. So Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Gas, Honorable Ekbo, said short-term solution with effect from November 1, 2024, NNPCL and LPG producers are to stop exporting LPG produced in country or import equivalent volumes of LPG export at cost-reflective prices. He said that this was in his press statement, which the spokesman of the minister, Louis Iba, had issued already. And in terms of the pricing framework, he directed Nigerian midstream and downstream petroleum regulatory authority to meet with stakeholders in order to derive the pricing framework within the 90 days. This is as a result of the fact that gas is becoming very, very expensive. A lot of Nigerians are not able to afford the gas, and if we keep exporting, we're not even meeting the needs that we have here. So now that they're going to cut out the exporting, see how we can probably bring down the price of gas so that the average household will be able to have gas.
This gas matter cost. I was settling my parents' quarrel. My parents were having small quarrel, and the entire thing I say is just money. That mommy cooked food, he got burnt because of gas. Pumping machine, I say, mommy and daddy, it's just money.
It's money.
Don't worry, we will increase allowance because by the time we have more money, we will have less of this. Imagine. Still talk about gas. The CNG gas, the president is speaking about it. So he was advising Nigerians to move to the compressed natural gas, which is a bit different from the cooking gas as an alternative. That if you were supposed to use petrol 1,100 and what you would buy with the same measurements, the standard cubic meter is 200 Naira if you're using the CNG. So he was speaking about that, saying that the Nigerian Independent Petroleum Company, NIPCO, was talking to them at the State House in Abuja yesterday, and he said that they've introduced incentives, and this is good for Nigerians to note, for commercial motorists to convert from petrol to gas, and it's going to be free of charge if they go through the NIPCO route. He also gave this statement through Mr. Bayo Ononuga to the president of NIMCO, and the conversation was around the fact that we want to get more commercial, private business owners to get into this business and let it spread so that the effects, this pinching cost of petrol on motorists and users would reduce.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, so I have the boost on foreign inflows. They said Nigeria needs improved oil production to beat forex supply challenges and reduce pressure in the foreign exchange market, says the Minister of Finance, that's Wale Edu. He said he spoke this at a conference, an ongoing conference at World Bank IMF annual meetings in Washington, D.C. He said the key issue about foreign exchange shortage is supply. As an oil-producing country, we just need to get our oil production up and we'll deal with that forex shortage and foreign exchange pressure. He also said that the reversal on localization of trade and also issues around corruption has limited the opportunities of developing countries for investment and to effectively tackle poverty. They're saying that once there's more forex, the poverty level in the country will reduce. So, but however, they said the IMF has downgraded Nigeria's economic growth this year by 2 points, from 3.1% to 2.9%.
Right. Okay, so I took a story yesterday about the 19 states governors' suit challenging the constitutionality of the creation of the law that created the EFCC. I took that story yesterday, and yesterday we're waiting for the judgment. So yesterday, the Supreme Court, in that judgment, they said the court reserved judgment on that ruling. However, the Attorney General of the Federation urged the Supreme Court to dismiss the suit completely because the issues raised by the plaintiffs, as the 19 governors, had already been resolved by the appellate court. That's AGF. Urged the Supreme Court in a notice of preliminary objection that the Supreme Court should lack the jurisdiction to hear the case because the plaintiff's grievances is what only the Federal High Court could adjudicate on. So we'll see how that goes from there. Moving on now quickly to the Punch. PDP crisis, anti-Damagum plot takens as INEC meets on Thursday. On your dam, operators under pressure over rising boat demands in flooded communities. How Bobrisky spent night in FCID female cell. 250 billion Naira debt. Telcos seek NCC approval to stop bank transfer services. FG bans cooking gas export over rising prices. Local government autonomy, FG plans sanctions against defaulting states. And Nigeria still borrowing amid high debt costs. Okay, which story?
Yeah, so controversial cross-dresser Idris Okuneye, popularly known as Bobrisky, is currently under detention at the Force Criminal Investigation Department, Annex, Lagbon, Lagos State. He said he spent the night in a female cell in the police facility. A source confirmed the development and said that he was detained in the female cell because of his controversial lifestyle, that there were no female detainees as at the time that he was detained in the facility. He said Bobrisky was brought to the FCID Alagbo around 10 p.m. on Monday. after he was, the immigration had arrested him at a semi-border, and they said they brought him for safekeeping. He said he's in detention at the FCID Alagbon. He was arrested on Sunday, detained overnight, and taken to the FCID. He said they have a lot of cells in Alagbon, and when they have a case like that, they look for the right fit for the particular individual, for also to be able to safeguard the person in question as well. So nobody is in the cell that he's in. They don't want to put him in the male cell because of his lifestyle, so that anything will not happen. Exactly. So they've remanded him in custody. They are going to see how that...
All right, so the Nigerian telcos operators are pushing for the regulatory body, that's the NCC, to withdraw the unstructured supplementary service data, that's the USSD services provided by the banks, due to an outstanding debt of 250 billion naira. So according to them, when the banks created the USSD, it was primarily for buying airtime and data, but now the banks adopted that service to be able to transfer money and all that. But there was an agreed payment of fees for that. But now, according to the telecoms, the banks have refused to pay, and they're owing 250 billion naira. So they're asking the telcos and the NCC, that's the regulatory body, to force them to withdraw those services from them.
Can we take a story?
Okay, let me go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jam results. So
my 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
Okay, that's all we can take.
I choose to stay.
Close the show, Fadala.
Ladies and gentlemen, #1 unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for #1 on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Check it out.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back?
You should start the gym though, you're getting fat.
Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying. So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, the empowerment for me.
Sex can make your relationship better.
No.
Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too.
Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the person you see us? What is it?
That woman.
Bam! Bam! Yeah,
today we'll go here.
Hey!
Let's catch up now.
I'm sure we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay good. Entertainment, Pure Entertainment.
host, I can tell you that being a parent is one of the biggest reality shows you'll ever produce. Hi. Oh, yeah. As cute as they can be, even you need to take a break to take care of some of the other realities of life. And that's why the TVC Staff Crash was put together to help parents just like me get those professional childcare services that you need. Come on, let's go. Let's go. The TV.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. Stopper has a story.
Yes, so I have a story about what happened in Rivers State. Sad story, but 4 people have been arrested in connection to the kidnapping of a youth corps member. He's identified as Yahya Farouk. He was serving in Rivers State in the Andoni local government area of the state. And the Muslim Society of Nigeria said Farouk went missing on Monday, 4th of October. The public relation officer of Rivers State Police, Grace Iringi Koko, has also confirmed that they have information from the corps that the investigation is ongoing. Said that the Commissioner of Police for Rivers State, Mustafa Mustache, has confirmed that they are looking into it and they've actually arrested arrested 4 people for the disappearance of this corps member. It's a really sad story. I'm hoping that they are able to find the corps member alive because he is a corps member that just went to serve in a secondary school within that area, and he's serving his country. He's too young to be cut short in his prime, and I'm wishing that, I'm happy that they didn't deny the story anyway, that this is not what happened. So we know that he's disappeared. They've arrested 4 people. They are ongoing investigation. I'm just hoping that they find out who this particular person is.
You have a story? Yeah, so the story I have on Punch is the story that BC has already explained.
Okay, let's move on then. Yeah. Daily Sun. Reps furious over Abuja kidnappings. Drug peddling. Senate draws battle lines with NDLEA. Adamawa, I don't know if you like NDLEA. Adamawa, Anambra, Ebonyi dump suits challenging legality of EFCC, ICPC, and FIU. Biafra. Police arrest 89-year-old member of Ujuku Memorial Day Planning Committee in Imo State. Court declines PDP's governor's quest to hold NEC meeting. And IMF cuts Nigeria's growth forecast over flooding and insecurity. Okay, which story?
Yes, so let's take the NDLEA. So the Senate has drawn the battle lines with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, following claims that the agency made the house of Senator Oyelola Ashiru was used to warehouse illicit drugs. So NDLEA said that. The anti-drug agency also claimed that the senator's recent remarks on the floor of the parliament were born out of vendetta rather than national interest, because he has said at the house that the NDLEA needs to be investigated for corruption. So according to the story, it said some 8 of the lawmakers, that's NDLEA is now saying that some 8 of the lawmakers were arrested on the raid at his residence and were being prosecuted, and one of them had already been sentenced to jail. So they made the revelation on Monday at their national headquarters in Abuja during a press briefing, and in response to the statements the senator had made earlier on about corruption and compromise in the NDLEA. However, Senate yesterday now said they are going to investigate and likely punish NDLEA for disparaging the legislative chamber during the press conference. They said, this is the Senate President now, Godswill Akpabio, saying that, an injury to one is an injury to all, and that the lawmakers enjoy a form of immunity on the floor of the chamber on any comments they made. Whether the comments get to television or it doesn't get to television, they have a form of, immunity. And why did NDLEA wait close to 2 years to begin to, talk about a case that had happened February 2023? So they are going to investigate, and if they find that NDLEA is lying against their, person, they are going to deal seriously with NDLEA. The guy in question, that's the senator, said he doesn't even take carbonated drinks. He doesn't have any, has never seen cannabis in his life. He knows that the claims of the NDLEA are false concerning him, but the senators will investigate NDLEA. So I'm wondering,
Let the law take its course. Let them investigate. If you're not found not guilty, innocent, then
you can even file that they defamed you, or you can take them back to court.
That's why there's a law. Let the law. Don't. I could have a story here. The leadership of Biafra Independence Movement, BIM, and MASOB has said that the Ojukwu Memorial Day Celebration Committee member, an 89-year-old man, was arrested yesterday, for a couple of days ago. He said that the man's name is Moses Amechi, 89 years old, was arrested on October 12 on his way to attend a meeting of the Ojukwu Memorial Day celebration coming up November 26th. And he was in a bus, and then when they was accosted by, I think it was the, there was a group called the Tiger, I'm trying to get the name of the group that was, that actually stopped there, but it was Tiger Base, called them the Anti-Kidnapping Unit team. They accosted them, searched everybody in the bus, now found an ID card that was personally signed by the chairman, Uwazurike, the Biafra movement card. So because of that, he was arrested and detained, and he hasn't been given the opportunity to see his family members. So they're asking for his immediate release because nothing incriminating was found on him, and he should be released immediately. Moving on now to Vanguard. Unending grid collapses threaten survival of businesses, says organized private sector. Nigeria requires purposeful leadership, food security for growth, says ex-deputy governors. While IMF slashed Nigeria's economic growth forecast to 2.9%. Nigeria has disappointed Africa, black race, says Obasanjo. And Labour demands halt of frequent petrol price and increase. FG asks Supreme Court to dismiss suit seeking declare EFCC illegal. Okay, which story?
Okay, so I have the story of the grid collapse that they said threatens survival of businesses. They said the prominent members of the organized private sector raised concerns over frequent collapses of the national power grid, saying the development is crippling already distressed businesses. Most of the business groups that expressed concern were the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NAXIMA, and then MAN, that is Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, and then the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. They also said NECA also warned that the frequent collapse too will hinder economic growth and slow down enterprise sustainability and efforts. And they said the MAN said the frequent grid collapse was frustrating for Nigerian manufacturers, considering the huge cost spent on re-energizing production lines shut down anytime the grid collapses. I think this too affects me as well in my own business. Because most times, you know, you've already done your calculation on how much you're going to spend on energy. And then, you know, once it collapses now, you've started thinking of diesel. The cost of diesel is quite high. So they say yes. Yeah, so the LCCI is deeply concerned about the frequency of collapse recorded by the national grid, the sole supply source of hydroelectric power nationwide.
We discussed it on Monday, and I'm hoping that some of the leaders in the Ministry of Power would watch the show and implement some of the things suggested. So WAEC is going to be conducting this hybrid CB-based, that's computer-based examination. The exam is slated to take place this Friday, October 25 Friday, till December Friday 20th as well. And so all through this period, the timetable is going to be found on the website. Many people are not used to doing computer-based exams for WAEC, and you know there are some people around the country. Those you can pick hybrid, okay, yeah. But if you are using the computer-based exams, they employ those writing the exams to go and research on the platform. There are tools that will help you familiarize yourself ahead of the exam date. Yeah. Not that you will be learning how to use some of the things on that date. It might affect your results. So please go on the WAEC website, familiarize yourself with the computer-based platform and how the exam would run. That's what they're advising from the newspaper. So we're looking forward to the exam starting on the 25th of this December, of October, running till December.
That's Friday.
Yes, this Friday.
Okay, moving on. Tribune, a final paper. 5 NAF officers, 15 others die in Plateau auto crash. Alleged drug deal, Senate draws battle line with NDLEA. Bill seeking creation of 2 states from Oyo State passes second reading. And PDP crisis deepens as party INEC dragged to court over NEC meeting. Okay, I think we need to tell journalists who put all this kind of headline saying that Senate draws battle line with NDLEA. It is wrong because we're trying to build systems here. The Senate is a system. The EFCC or the NDLEA is a system. Yeah. So we shouldn't be trying to show conflict You're drawing battle line within. No, there's an investigation.
And
let there be an
the way it is
investigation.
being-
And
the
when
way
it's,
it's
when
the narrative.
the narrative we push out there makes us lose credibility for, or we lose credibility in both systems. So you can't be pitching one against the other. If NDLA wants to investigate, they should investigate. But it doesn't mean that there's a battle line drawn between both. They are both systems that are functioning for Nigerian people. Just really misleading. This sorry, I just had to learn.
Yeah, it's also a sad story I wanted to take here. An accident happened on the Jos Abuja highway on Monday. It said 20 passengers died and others were left with serious injuries. Said among the deceased were 5 officers of the Nigerian Air Force, which is very painful. And they said the accident occurred at Hawan Kibo community in Riom local government area of the state at about 8 p.m. When the 18-seater Toyota bus had a head-on collision with the trailer, leading to multiple accidents on the highway. They said about 18 persons died immediately. The other people that were taken to the hospital, 2 died there. And it was just a very sad story to see a lot of people dying as a result of, collisions, overspeeding, and everything. We just need to be more careful, especially with this ember period.
Yeah. I think that's all we can take on Front Page Review, and come back and go on to our next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back. Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jammies. So
By 280 or 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jammies.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
That's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show, G for that long.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, Unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number 1 on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym to get fat. Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference? There's a difference.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, it's the empowerment for me.
Sex can make a relationship better.
No. Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too.
Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the better? You see some what is his name?
That woman.
Bam! Bam! Yeah,
Today we'll go here.
Hey!
Let's catch up now.
I'm sure we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay tuned.
Thanks for staying with us. Join us on the show right now is a Divisional Managing Director of Growth and Development Limited, Housemoni, Mr. Yemi Adekoya. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Tell us about Growth and Development Limited, your company.
All right, GDL is a non-bank financial institution committed to growing and expanding the middle class. One of the key things that make you a middle class is the kind of assets that you own, because good assets will typically store value and perpetuate value. So it's not just about getting money, it's about getting assets that will actually store. I mean, in a high inflation environment like Nigeria, everybody should be concerned about what assets can I use my money to get that will actually keep my value, that inflation will not hit.
Yeah. So I know you have a product, Housemoni.
Yes,
what does that mean?
Housemoni is that product that empowers you to move from tenant to landlord in record time when you pay a fixed amount of money monthly. Okay. So what we are saying with Housemoni, if you can commit, you earn a salary, you do a business, you make money. If you can commit to dropping an amount of money on a monthly basis, what we'll do as GDL, we will multiply after a certain number of months that amount of money that you have saved over time. That's what we do with Housemoni. So it basically empowers you. So what we're saying is democratize home ownership. One of the challenges we see is that you see all these fancy, okay, Tokwe is a realtor. I mean, you see all these bills, you say drop 30%, you know, at first and pay the balance over 3 years. Now the challenge is that for a lot of people, that 30% they don't have. Now that 1 to 3 years extra, they don't have. So what we are saying is start from where you are. You earn a salary, you earn a good enough salary. GDL Housemoni is saying drop something on a monthly basis consistently, and we will give you up to 3 times what you have saved over time. And you will pay back at 9.9% interest rate.
Let me be sure I understand.
Yeah.
I earn 400,000 naira a month, and I'm able to give you 100,000 naira a month.
Yes.
Continuously.
Yes.
For how long will I have to pay this amount of money?
The first variant is called Housemoni Classic. So what you do, you drop 100,000 for 3.5 years. That is 42 months. So if you do the math, so for example, you're able to drop 10 million naira in 42 months. What GDL Housemoni will do, we will give you 30 million to add to your 10 million at the end of 3.5 years. And we'll take that money, we will pay a house seller, somebody who's selling a house.
Okay, I'll pay Tokwe.
You understand? And then over 11.5 years, you get to pay back at 9.9%.
Wow. Okay, so the percent sounds good. I've seen the advert. I didn't understand it. So I'm happy that you're here to give us more information about how Housemoni can help people to own their own house. You mentioned one variant already. I'd like you to explain other variants of how people can plug into Housemoni.
All right, so the first variant, like I said, is Housemoni Classic. Then we also have Housemoni Community. So for Classic, we're basically dealing with people who have steady jobs. They work in reputable organizations like TVC, and they earn a salary constantly. They have a retirement savings account. So we're dealing with people like that. Then we have Community. So right now, there are cooperatives. People come together in bands and in groups. So we are saying 10 to 25 of you can come together. And you can come together, and what GDL will do is that over 5 years, we will buy a land, we will build an estate or community for members of that cooperative. So what happens is that you save for 2 years. That's what we call our pre-eligibility period. So you qualify. So you're able to build the numbers of people in your estate if for example, you don't start at 10 straight away. And over 2 years, you build that number, and then at the end of 2 years, GDL will say, okay, based on everybody's capacity, this is the land we've identified. Working together with members of the community, we'll go ahead and buy the land, we'll document, do all the processing, and then we'll start constructing. And then in 3 years, we expect that we would have bought, we would have documented and everything, and then we'll build an estate. So somebody in the community can only afford to drop money that would give him a 2-bedroom, that's what he gets. Somebody can do a 3-bedroom, that's what they get. So everybody is coming with their different capacities.
You don't need to be on a standard salary.
No. You come at a different capacity. So the bottom line is for Housemoni is how much do you earn? How much can you conveniently put down or save or contribute on a monthly basis? Now, if for it, so you can do 200,000, our minimum is 60,000. But you also have to bear in mind, okay, what am I going to get for 50,000? Because what we're doing is we're multiplying up to 3 times what you have been able to put together in 42 months or whatever period that we agree.
Okay, so is house money available across the country or in certain areas?
So house money is a pan-Nigerian product, so we're available all over Nigeria. GDL as a company, we have operational offices in Lagos, in Ibadan, in Abuja, and in Port Harcourt, covering all the regions of Nigeria. So it's available, and we have an app, so anybody, wherever you are in Nigeria, you can download the app, and then
when people hear people like you talk, they always worry about where did they come from. They just don't just woke up in the morning and just like the company and just I'll give them my money and then they tell me tomorrow they've collapsed. So tell us a bit about your track record. Where have you done this? Who are your clients? How many clients do you have? Because people are always scared of giving money to people they don't even know.
Okay, so as a business, GDL has been in operation for 10 years. All right, we're a regulated business. So I'm not just here. We're not just a bunch of guys.
If I give you money now, you won't go to Canada.
No. We're not just a bunch of guys who just had an idea and no. This product has taken us 6 years to do. We're regulated via various companies by the Central Bank of Nigeria, by the Securities and Exchange Commission, by the Nigerian Exchange Group. Now, this product is being sponsored by GDL Finance and Leasing, which is a fully regulated company. CBN checks our books, they audit us. I mean, we're inspected on regular basis. So you can be assured, and we have a great board. I mean, there are people that are with experience covering banking, different sectors of the economy. So you can be assured that if you do business with us, we are not just, look, there are different ways to make money. When a company tells you that they're going to finance you at 9.9%, that is an audacious thing. House money is the cheapest private sector intervention in housing in Nigeria today. You can quote me. You have government programs that also do single digits, but in terms of this, we created this to help people. It's not just a question of there are easier ways to make money than to keep people's money and give them 3 times what. And we are saying, trust us for 3.5 years, keep your money with us, and then we will give you up to 3 times. And we're even doing something right now that some people say, 3.5 years is a bit too long for me. And we're saying, okay, fine, we can take your money and whatever you have been able to accumulate over 2 years instead of 3.5 years, we will still give you 3 times. But the bottom line is, how much will I have accumulated in this time?
What are issues of inflation? Because what I bought 60 million 2 years ago, I can't buy it with 60 million. So in 3 years' time, that 60 million I think I'm going to get, if I've saved 10 million, that 60 million, I won't be able to get the land. Maybe I was eyeing one land in Magodo now. In 3 years' time, I can't afford that land anymore.
So that is germane. That's an important question. So the thing is, we're not a real estate company. We're not saying go and get a house today and we're going to finance, which is what the typical real estate. We're saying you are where you are. You don't have many options. You understand? You are looking at it and you are thinking, when am I going to move into a house of my own? You are hearing all these adverts. You cannot afford it. What GDL is saying is start on a structured and affordable path to own home ownership.
So when we get to the end of the 3 years, whatever we can get for you,
based
on what you have contributed is what we get for you.
So I'd like you to tell us we've already hinted at who your customer is and how it benefits them, but just to break it down so that they can see themselves in what you're saying.
You're a salary earner, you're a civil servant, you work for a private organization, you run a business in whatever sector of the economy, you can show us consistent track record that I earn a salary. For House Money Classic, I operate a retirement savings account. My pensions, I have this, I have that. So those are our customers. Anybody that earns a salary and is committed and he wants to acquire these things, is tired of being a tenant. And let me tell you something about this program. So it's a rent-to-own home ownership scheme such that when we finance you, whatever we finance you, whatever you are paying back to us remains the same for the period of repayment. We're not going to come and tell you
inflation.
MPR has gone up. If you borrow money today, the banks will charge you 30, 40%. GDL is saying we'll maintain it at 9.9% throughout. And we have about 12,000 customers as a group, as a financial services group. And this is basically to empower the middle class to own.
Right, how can they reach people listening to you right now? They wonder, how can they reach you?
Okay, we have a hotline on 07000 500 600. So you can call that number during working hours, and somebody will be there to guide you. You are worried about several things. This is what I earn. How much can I conveniently? What will I get if I drop this amount of money? Somebody will be there to guide you. We also have an app. So if you want to get started today, and I encourage the viewers to get started. If you want to get started, download the GDL Space Plus app, and once you download it, you begin the process of moving from tenant to landlord with a structured and a plan that you can see. So it's not just a question of saving. People are saving. No, I'm saving towards something. That's why the name of House Money. House Money is your money plus our money, house money.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, we'll continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated.
For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jam results.
My 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
That's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show, Father.
Ladies and gentlemen, number one, Unavailable by Davido featuring Musiki.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number one on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym to get fat.
Cricket.
She says she does show dancing to empower women.
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying. So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, it's the empowerment for me.
Sex can make your relationship better.
No. Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too.
Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I will not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the person you see? What is his name?
That woman.
Damn! Yeah,
Today we'll go here.
Hey!
Let's catch up.
I'm sure we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay good. TVC Entertainment for pure entertainment.
Thanks for staying with us. So today our hot topic is based on a comment by Senator Orji Kalu, who's a lawmaker representing the Abia North Senatorial District in the current assembly. He declared that he takes home 14 million naira monthly as a senator and lamented that it's insufficient because he has to also pay salaries. According to him, he said these senators have made politics their career and earn they don't earn any other income except for the 14 million. Now, because he said this, everybody took him to the cleaners, saying, why would he say 40 million is not enough? What does he mean by that? And others are saying, if you want to be realistic, he has staff to take care of. He's paying salaries. He has running costs that must be taken care of. So if you look at it objectively, 40 million is not enough. What are your thoughts, especially because Nigerians always come up with figures every single day. Sometimes you hear 30 million a month. You hear 25 million every month. They are having 15 million. They are having, we carry these figures around, and we brandish these figures at beer parlors, hanging out with our friends. All the senators, all the 30 million a month. And this man is saying we earn 14 million, and it's not enough for me. What are your thoughts on it? Let us discuss it, because really and truly, how much should our senators be earning? And should they be in charge of salaries of their staff? How do we reduce the number of staff they have? Do they even need the amount of staff that they have? These are the kind of conversations we'd like to have this morning. You can call us on 081-0764-1679, 090-241-63440. You can also send us messages on X and also messages on YouTube. We'll be happy to read your messages. So who would like to go first? See?
So, 40 million naira is not enough. If we look at it, if we look at the lifestyle, if we look at the salaries that they have to pay the numerous workers that most of the time is not needed. But because it's the state or the federation that is funding it, we will employ 27 people who are basically not doing anything so that the state can pay. We're not the ones paying it from our pockets. So it's not enough. He did not lie in that one. And that's why we Nigerians are saying that we can't afford to pay you this amount of money. We're still struggling to pay minimum wage of 70-something thousand naira. It's been a back and forth. These are families that have a father or a mother who's working, who has children, who has people dependent, people who go to school, people who need, health services, healthcare services, people who need a lot of things. 70,000, we're still going back and forth. And then an individual sits down to make laws and, has an opportunity to sit for a few days in a week, even if it's every day, just sit down, have deliberations, have, conversations, change this, change that, nay, yay, and we go home, and then you earn 40 million naira. Nigerians cannot afford to pay you. The advice is you come in there as a volunteer, so to speak. I do my work, I'm a bank MD or whatever it is that I am, but I'm also a lawmaker, and I have to appear, sit, do my work, and then go back to my business, so that the stipends the federal government or the state can afford to pay you for sitting will be there for you just to support, okay, because you are giving your time to us. But this full-time politicking, full-time work that our politicians do, that's all they do. They leave all of their qualifications for those that have it and sit down just to make laws on the pockets of Nigerians. We can no longer afford it. So we are appealing. We know it's not enough, but we know that you are a millionaire. Most of you have businesses. Most of you have jobs that you can go back to. And then just give us that your service, that love for your nation. You know, just call me Amorayo Tokwe and say, okay, every 2 days in our tight schedule, go sit down. Let's talk about how to
let me pause. Let me pause.
And we will do it. We don't need to collect money.
Let me pause you for a second, because it's important for us to also see things in the full picture. Yeah. The job of a lawmaker is not just to sit down.
Okay.
There's a lot of research.
Okay.
You have to read laws. Okay. You have to compare what's happening in Malaysia, in Singapore, in the US. They have to compare and contrast based on the history of those countries with ours and see how they can modify some of these laws. So it's not to sit down. There's a lot of work. Let us not underestimate what these guys are doing. I know for many Nigerians, they just think that they know what they're doing. But the truth is that they also need staff to do some of this research. They can't do all the reading. And these guys are constantly, because you must know the section you are looking at and you are unpacking and trying to develop. You know, we must see how it affects the socio-economic factors of Nigeria. So it's an in-depth work. So let us not underestimate the value they are bringing. It's important, but I'll put that aside. Let me hear your thoughts, Ramatsu, on this.
It looks like they are not doing anything, because most of the laws that they are coming and they are saying we can't see any impact, not making any impact. It's not showing, we can't feel anything. We don't feel anything. At BBC, you are feeling something.
My sister,
you don't feel anything. We are not feeling anything. So him coming out to come and complain and say, because he's saying that some of the politicians that's their job, that's what they are doing. Their job, all they depend on the money. No, it's time for you to start thinking outside the box. Think outside the box and look for how to make money outside the money you are collecting. Because 14 million right now in Nigeria is a lot of money.
I absolutely
a lot of money.
I absolutely love the way this conversation is going, because it shows the mindset of Nigerians. And that's what I love about this show. And again, as much as we are the real mindset of Nigerians, we are also a bit more informed than most Nigerians. It's important for us to see things in a bit of a 360 perspective. But it's a good idea. I mean, I like that you said that perspective. But let me hear Tokwe's thoughts on this.
Okay, so for me, like, for everybody that looks at every figure is too much for somebody and it's too small for another person.
Yeah.
For someone, 100,000 naira, how much is that going to do? For another person, can you just increase my salary to 100,000 naira per month so that I can afford a better life? So, and yet for another person, 100,000 naira is that much? Is that my food money for 2 days or 1 day? Like I don't get it. Is that lunch money? So I feel that discussing the amount of money based on his perspective and our perspective will be watering down an important issue, which is how do we gauge the remuneration of our lawmakers, and how do we quantify what is acceptable and what is not acceptable in a way that would feel fair to everybody involved. Because every time we talk about the remuneration of our lawmakers, it always feels like this is too much, it's ridiculous. How can somebody earn that kind of money? That's because when you are looking at the per capita income of every citizen of Nigeria, it doesn't make sense that somebody is earning that kind of money when majority are not earning much. But that's because we're looking at it that he's earning it. What he could have done was to do a breakdown of where that money goes to. According to him, the running cost of the office, that's because he's not a person. They say president is not a person, it's the presidency. There is a power team that makes him stand. Every senator you are seeing, when they make contributions, when they have to present a law, there is a team that makes them stand. When they are having to do investigation of specific, like the way the NDLEA is asking questions, like the way the lawmakers have called the issue of Bobrisky, and they need to understand the scope of the entire issue. There is a team that does the research. When the senator's office and the people they are representing, maybe senator is representing Lagos Central, they must have an office in the Lagos Central place that people can go and report situations happening within Lagos Central. And that office must be running on a constant basis with salary, generator, all of those things to go back. The average politician is being met every day with bills. And let us not hide our, like every day. The average politician on a daily basis, there is a list of hospital bill, list of school fees, list of pumping machine, list of borehole, list of burial, everything on a daily basis. So we cannot just take the figure without understanding where the money is going to. Now, the senators and House of Reps must be more open and vulnerable about how they spend the money. If you say this is how much I'm getting and this is how I spend it, I had to do breakdown for my children at a point in time to say, CEO, this is your budget, and this is how I'm affording your budget, and this is what it's going to. So that you'll be reasonable in your request to me. That might help the senators. But if you just put it at face value, and considering Nigerians' pockets and the way Nigerians' government is telling us to squeeze our pockets, when I hear 14 million, I'm going to shout blue murder that let the senators send cost reflective of our income.
Then we should not stop going to them to pay for our grandmother's burial. They can say no. Exactly. You will not come back. Wait, now you will not come back. You say no to me today, you won't come back tomorrow. Let me take Jeff. Thanks, Uzor. Yeah, joining us. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
You're live.
Yeah, well done. Yes, sir. You expect to read on 14 million in paid to senators. That's too much. So for crying out loud, what will you have so much people working under you? What are you doing with them? For crying out loud, you are a senatorial as well as a civil servant. What is doing with 14 million? That money is too much for them. You should cut off these useless expenses. Useless people that are employed working with them. They are not necessary.
Very much, Jeff. You know, some of these people, we want to call the senator, please, my younger brother just got back home. He's looking for a job. Some of us, I know somebody, and looking for, they will hire that person, and you're trying to pay them 70,000 naira. They'll come back and abuse them. Why are you ordering 70,000 naira? Is that what you're paying them? Then they have constituency projects that they need people to help them monitor, because I have projects on that, like one average senator has about 17 local governments under him. And they're doing different other roads here, they're checking them hospital, schools, different things they're using their constituency money to for. Somebody must monitor what is being done. Somebody must be in the offices. So sometimes we must open our minds to see the bigger picture before we criticize.
So now the bigger picture.
Breathing.
Now the bigger picture, now because of where we did so. And we are trying to change it. And we are aware of all the things that they need to be able to do their jobs effectively.
Thank you.
If you keep doing one thing a certain way and expect a different result, you're not going to get it. It means let me not use the word that just came to my head now. First of all, we have civil servants who are in different ministries that should even come, like collapse together so that you see effectiveness. You are looking for researchers for you to be able to sit and pass the laws from research to Malaysia and different countries to see how things are done there. Why don't you get some of those civil servants? We have students who are in school studying political science. That's my first degree, political science. I did not see work to go and do research. Why don't you employ some of those students, those in 300 level, 200 level, to do, because that's what they're training us for, to do this, to shadow you people as lawmakers, do this research for you, present it for you, also give us an opportunity to understand our laws and practice it. That's a way of cutting costs. Now, you want extra workers because there are some special things that you need the workers to do. Why don't you pay out of pocket? Why does it have to come through the taxpayers' money? Yay! The America we are copying, we know how Obama and the rest.
Out of pocket.
They pay out of pocket.
Yes,
once they get their normal salary or allowance that they're supposed to get, that's it. Every other extra thing you're doing, if you like have 17 guests, if you like need 17 perfumes in the office, if you like need extra workers that the state did not employ for you, you pay out of pocket.
Okay, can I pause you for a second? Can we start with can we start with the out of pocket? You see, I love Nigerians. We see I always tell that part of our problem is this our middle class. All of you, they too know America, they too know London, they too know everything. That's the problem. Because no, you copy at the time where you are. Yeah. If you reverse US to 50, 60 years ago, they were not what Michelle Obama told us about how they were taking their tea, coffee, or from their out of pocket. If you rewind US to 50 years ago, which is where we are today, it's not it. Things will evolve naturally, but because we've all been exposed to what is happening in the US today, we want Nigeria today that is still doing baby steps to start doing exactly. It can't happen. Let's be realistic. I love the idea. It's a great idea, but we will get to that point. The same way we were talking about this during elections, saying that some states should allow different nationals to be governors. We're saying nobody is against a different national, a different state, a different group to be the governor in a different state. We will evolve into that eventually. Many of us are already living in Lagos. Tomorrow, your child will be governor of Lagos State. Who's going to stop the child? But we will get there naturally. You know, because they are doing this in America, and today, no, this person must become governor. No, it doesn't work that way. So I'm just saying, I'm just using that as an example, that let us not always use that international example all the time, because it doesn't always fit.
From that side.
But we modify it for our own use.
No, we cannot modify what is not working for us. That's the point. We have to copyright. So I know that we're still babies in terms of democracy.
Yes.
But it's a global village.
Yes.
We can see what is happening. We can choose and decide that this will serve
Let
us
me
better
go
than
in
the other one.
Let me go in
Why
very.
are you waiting till you pass through what America has passed
Let
through
me go
60
through.
years?
Let me go through.
What's the essence of
Let me
experience?
go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue this conversation exactly where we stopped. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jam results. So
My 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
You be like person without fortune.
at this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
Okay, that's
I can
all
leave
we can
Nigeria, but I
take.
choose to
Ejeki,
stay.
close the show, G Fadala.
Ladies and gentlemen, number one, unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number one on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Check it out.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym to get fat. Cricket.
She says she does show dancing to empower women.
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying. So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, it's the empowerment for me.
Sex can make a relationship better.
No, sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too.
Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the person that used to us? What is his name?
That woman.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing lawmakers, their remuneration, and the perception Nigerians have of them and the work they do. Before the break, myself and people were talking, and we're talking about the fact that, you see, as much as, yes, we can debate how much they're earning, but we must also remember the responsibilities with the people placed on them. Nobody can say categorically that I've not benefited from an elected official, either through referrals, either through something, they gave you. Where is that money coming from? They go somewhere, you see a lawmaker and he gives you 50,000 naira. Where did that money come from? Was it from heaven? It's not from the same money that they're giving him or the same salary he's collecting. Or he comes to an event, he says, oh, I saw this person, let me give you 20 go. My mother is dying, we need hospital bill. He gives you money. Where is that money coming from? Now, not all lawmakers also were rich before they came. Some of them actually came from humble beginnings in their various communities, because we are comparing them to those of you that live in certain cities. But if you go to certain communities, everybody gathered to push a particular person. He's also just a regular folk. So he doesn't have that kind of money as a buffer for many of us. So the truth is that let us see things again in the bigger picture. Yes.
No, for me now, that 40 million is a lot of money. I will still say that it's a lot of money compared to what Nigerians are earning. Because Nigerians, 70,000 is the minimum wage. And we all know that 70,000 is not even enough.
Cannot even buy rice.
So us, we can't, of course, we can't do anything. Because you two are bringing, you mentioned school fees, feeding, healthcare. From that 70,000, that's from that money that they're going to bring out healthcare, feeding money and all. All he needs to do is to cut costs. He should reduce the people. He said he pays 9.8.
So the cousin that you sent to him to hire, how would he pay this person's salary?
He has a choice. He has a choice.
Nigerians.
He has a choice. That's few. How many people have opportunity? Do you know how many people he has? Do you know how many people he has?
Every lawmaker has somebody that knows somebody. You right now, you become a lawmaker. You are connected to me. You are connected to this cameraman. You are connected to the makeup artist. You are connected to the driver. You are connected to a million people that are not directly and indirectly. You will give them jobs. That's the kind of salary you pay. From the 9.8 million naira that you said for salaries, you pay them salaries. From that, your salary you get. Wait, is it BC here by BC? You going to pay their salary? It's not the government gives you to pay their salary.
That's the problem.
Okay.
Those that want to employ them should use here by BC salary to pay them, right? If the systems are sane, where we understand that we do not have enough to spend anyhow as a country, they will pay me my allowance for being on that seat, and I will volunteer most of my time. I'm not there full time, first of all. Then the little allowance I have.
The time they are reading their lawmaking,
they are students in the university looking for opportunities to do research for me.
No, exactly. So let him even do it. That's his work. That's his job. Let him do it.
I need us to land this point because they are students in the university.
The students who can do this research for me. Me itself that I'm volunteering, I should be able to
sit down and do your exactly.
Why is everybody doing research for me? And I cannot do research for myself.
We don't want to hear that. That money is a lot. We don't want to hear it now.
You can get people to do the research for you, and everybody's doing it little by little at a volunteer basis for us to get to
I'll talk to Olanrewaju first, and I'll come to you, so we'll just hang in there. I know you have a lot to say. Olanrewaju from Abuja, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Murayo and the ladies.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is an interesting topic. When you consider what Nigeria is going through right now, that money is on the high side. Because most of the people we are talking about, they are seeing any money from their state. Most of them are past governors. And they are seeing any money from their state. And even if you consider what Senatorial did in Lagos, particularly for the commissioners of AMSEC, I can't really remember, that they should pick PA among the civil servants. I think the same thing can be applied to them, to pick their staff, even among the civil servants. And also, when the money we are talking about, constituency allowance is not part of it. That one is paid separately, maybe through the Ministry of Works and what have you. So this money, considering what Nigeria is going through right now, is grossly too much. It's grossly too much. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Okay.
So I understand all the different perspectives. On one side, I want to give the example of the fact that most of the ladies of your view, in our journey, after being on the show for a while, we've had to employ PAs to help us be more efficient, and we did not have to put that on TVC. We took it out because we wanted to be able to do it. We did not say we should do it. We needed to, PAs that we've employed personally to help us on our journey, building our brand, helping us be more efficient, all of those things from our own personal income, not from, we didn't put that burden on other people. And another thing that is very important that I think we should take cognizance of, I know that it's not all senators and not all lawmakers come from wealth, but all of them, their lifestyle changes when they become lawmakers.
Exactly.
And the lifestyle change is so dramatic, drastic. It's a huge lifestyle change. So you were hustling, you were working, you were middle class, and suddenly you become a lawmaker representing the average Nigerian, and then suddenly you are driving brand new car. You didn't buy brand new car all for the 50 years of your life until you became a House of Rep member. You didn't buy a brand new car until you became a senator. But now that you're a senator, you are now spending hundreds of millions to buy a brand new car. You cannot sit everything that your lifestyle, your house, you rent it, you move into a bigger house. We see people ordinary state lawmaker. They will buy a new house. They will buy a new car. So we see that lifestyle astronomical change, and it is not, and it is on law. It is the burden of that financing that your new lifestyle is placed on the average Nigerian. What could have gone into schools for many people? The 40 million could do 27. Small number of people, because these people are so important. They are making laws for poor people, and they have to live a very live life, because they cannot even relate with the people that they are making the laws for. So while I can understand that the system already is so bloated that it's almost impossible for them to cut their salary, the system needs to be looked into and reworked to make it more relevant. People under Band A were told that they were having more power supply, and so they should pay cost reflective. You cannot be a leader of poor people. Majority of Nigerians are living under poverty belt. Majority, or 50%. And you are a lawmaker for poor people, but you are living a rich life.
How will you understand their plight? I'll come back to you in a second. Let me take Zainab. She's holding for her. Good morning, Zainab.
How will you understand?
Good morning, Zainab. How are you doing? Gumbaruki, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
Everybody is right. Everybody is right. But these politicians brought it upon themselves what they are going through now. The Second Republic, I'm over 50. So I know the kind of lifestyle they were living then, not the kind of lifestyle the politicians of today are living. And the people around them see who they were and who they are now. And they are complaining about all these things. If some of them have been there now since 1999, and where they come from, not one factory from them that will employ youth, not one empowerment, real something that will help them to not people to rely on them for stipends if they want to do burial, if they want to do project, because this is what they are using to sort of blackmail them into voting them back.
Okay, let's break it down. I'll come back to the topic because I want to be on you for a second. 14 million naira. 9.8 is approximately 10 million naira a month for salary. Let's assume that you have 100 staff, and the reason why you have 100 is because you have 7 local governments under you, and in each local government you have to hire about 20, 15, because if you spread 100 across 7, it's a 10 per or maybe 15 per local government, because you have to have people there working there, the cleaners, whatever, everybody, somebody has to, because when like these poor people come, they have to meet somebody in the office to say, please, our health the problem is going on, we have issues with our hospital. So there has to be at least 15 people in that office. So your 10 million naira is going there. You as a person, they're just giving you this Jeep. Part of the federal government gave you Jeep. Now you have 4 million naira. You have 4 children, or maybe you have 3 children, you have 2 wives, you're from the north, you're like this, maybe you have 2 wives or 1 wife, whatever, and now you're maintaining your home on 4 million naira.
Your children have to study abroad because all the schools in Nigeria are bad.
Listen now. You see, it's always good to point out the lawmaker, forgetting that 4 fingers are pointing at the average Nigerian.
But they do graduation.
Most Nigerians' children now, everybody is schooling abroad. I've been to many graduations from many schools, regular schools, not even top schools. So everybody is going abroad.
Nobody will face them.
Nobody. It's not more about them against everybody. We're all in that basket. Everybody's going abroad. Nobody's schooling Nigeria again. The point is that let us be realistic. These 4 million they are earning with 3 wives, their children are schooling abroad, they're having drivers, they're having helps. is it sustainable? And they are traveling around, remember? They're buying fuel, now that fuel is 1,050 naira. Across the country, they're going for inspection. They're going, they're flying to Lagos, to where their states are, going back to their... Let us be realistic. I'm not trying to defend them, but I want us to really see. Because it's always the easiest thing is to blame. But let us break it down and unpack it and be clear.
By getting their perspective and giving their perspective, because I understand that you have to see things from their point of view. But I think that sometimes one of the, you said the problem of Nigeria, you've always said it is the middle class. And it's because the middle class think that they are majority, without realizing that the entire middle class of Nigeria is less than 10% of the population. So the people sending their children abroad are less than 10% of the entire population. Of the entire population.
What are you saying?
The data, hold on, brother. Don't say, because you will watch this data, you will realize data.
Which data? Who is the NBS is giving you the data?
The NBS data still puts that 50% of Nigerians are on poverty. Yes, so people, the majority of Nigerians cannot afford to even eat. So if majority are in that level, who is not sending children abroad? It's in that upper 10%, maximum, worst case scenario, 20%.
Let me now the figure. This percentage is taking that to abroad.
Yes, that's the problem.
Billions of dollars we are shipping to abroad. This tiny video.
I get it.
What are we talking about? These numbers.
It's a problem.
But it's in the percentage
it is still, as compared to the entire population, small. A small fraction. So let's bring it back to, we need to empower we have, so we can't use majority. Let's now bring it back to, we are running 17 offices and all of that. We have core members, and you said it. We have core members, and I understand that.
Core members are not 25K anymore. They're not collecting 20K anymore.
Yes.
Core members are not collecting.
But the federal government is already paying them.
Yes.
You conscript some of them into
and say they will serve you to partner with you.
When they are done the next year, every year we keep churning out NYSC members. You keep changing them.
There is one argument that we cannot change, which is the fact that once they become senators, their life
it changes. We'll address that lifestyle.
Retirement home of all our governors.
Let me take this call.
You were a governor before.
Samuel, thanks for calling. You're live.
Good morning. My name is Samuel.
Yes, go ahead.
All right. I've heard you are doing well, but I must say we are not setting our priorities right. Yeah, the money the senators are collecting are extremely high. That is one. Then two, as a senator, most of the speech they present, or much of the presentation or the stuff they're doing, if you want to do that, you want to be a senator, you must be ready to pay from your pocket to get people do that for you, not from the government's cover of money. Do you understand? So I think that should be established. You know the post you're applying for and you want to get to. You must be ready for that. So don't say out of the 14 million, you are going to pay it there from your pocket. Okay. Now, Governor Orji, yes, he's from my state. He's my governor. I must say he ends a law. He has people you need to pay to, but not from the government's money. You understand? So I feel employ more youth. Yes, I must tell you as a senator, you are telling us, okay, you are employing this, you are employing that, you are employing... No, in most cases, employ people that you can, encourage. You cannot please everybody.
Thank you very much.
Mr. A cannot...
I'm just laughing because
don't laugh.
We are the same ones. They'll say, you know that man, he has become a senator. Let's go and greet him. Let's go and visit this man. We'll not go there. We'll not visit him. We'll not be smiling, hoping that
when you get going,
they can not even give you something. You can actually pay, please, I have one brother. He just got back. He's clinical, just graduated.
So if you have a brother,
listen, let us not pretend we're not Nigerians. They're all Nigerians.
If you have a brother and you come and meet me and I don't have a job, what do we do?
I have constituency projects. I need your brother to help me monitor. I'll pay him salary to be making sure that the bricklayers are doing the job they do. So I have job for him. Okay. Because I don't have eyes everywhere. So I need your brother to work for me. How will I pay him his salary?
So the thing is, you want the brother because you know where you're going to, so that next year you will come back. Is that not why? No.
I need to monitor the work
I'm doing. Everything they do for you, leave monitoring work. Just leave that one. Everything they do for you is because they have hopes that tomorrow you will vote them back into
because
power.
Nigerian people voted me in. I need them to know that I'm doing work. So I'm saying, listen, BC.
Morayo, can I say my point? I had a point I wanted to say before arguing with this one now. So the first thing we need to understand is politicians don't have blue blood running through their veins. It's the same red blood. And the way the Nigerian economy is going now, the fact that we're sitting here, when we drop now, you will see messages on the DM. Everybody's looking for everybody. Everybody's asking. Yeah. A few days ago, I did small, just cheekily giveaway, and I begged them. I said, it's only 8 people I can afford to take care of. I have over 600 messages on my DM. When I was reading, I was crying because I wanted to, but I cannot. I don't have the capacity to answer everybody. Now that I've not answered everybody, have they killed me? Why am I able not to answer everybody? I'm not waiting for them to come and vote me into anything tomorrow. So I cannot kill myself for them. That's on one hand. Now, this 14 million naira is just take home. When they go for oversight, they are paid. When they travel, they have extra codes. Yes. They give them all those things. It's not part of the 14 million. We are saying that with the rates the economy is going, we cannot keep taking loans to fund government. Everybody needs to cut from anywhere. There are a lot of people who are equipped to do your research for you, to do your oversight, sightseeing or whatever it's monitoring for you, that do not have places to be. I served in Makurdi, for instance, and I served at the local government. I did not have work one day at the local government.
That was then now.
No, I'm just telling you. You think today it will be different? It's the same thing. Go there, find political science students, find lawyers, find people that studied at public administration. All of that. They are looking for things to do so that they keep refreshing what they have learned. Employ them, and then the government already is paying them. So you don't even need to pay them. You can just give them transport fare from time to time and all of that.
Okay, these political science children, that you think that they have the time to help you. They have issues. Everybody got issues. Somebody's mother is sick. Somebody's brother needs to go to something. Just finish their freedom. Somebody needs to go abroad. Everybody. The point is that we are not. Let us not forget the fact that we are Nigerians. Ramatu. Hey, God bless you.
All of us, we all have the same kind of problems.
Exactly.
At the lower level. It's all at the lower level.
Somebody asked a question. I don't know if should I ask BC and talk about a question. Should I ask a question on national TV?
No, I have
somebody asked Tokwe and BC this question. Tokwe and BC, did your lifestyle not change after becoming a presenter on television?
No, it didn't actually.
Our lifestyle changed, but the Tokwe that entered our first,
it didn't change based on being. My lifestyle changed. I started selling real estate.
Okay, listen.
My lifestyle changed. I started selling real estate, not based on TV.
But the point the person was trying to
I was a broke TV presenter. I was a very broke TV presenter. I was saving money all through 1 year to travel was.
Okay, let me just take this call. Good morning. Thanks for calling. You're live. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, sir. Yes.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Yakub. Welcome to the show. Even though it was him. Longest time.
Yeah, thank you. Morayo, you see, for me, the 14 million is too much, truly. It's too much. Even the Uzor Kalu that was saying that 40 million is small for him. Do you know Uzor Kalu is a former governor of one state in this country, and then I'm very sure he still collect money being a former governor from that state. And then you said something earlier, Morayo, which I totally disagree with you. You said that they will do constituency allowance. I stand to be corrected in this matter. See, what law in this country says that our mandate House of Rep or Senator as case may be that they must do a constituency allowance? What is the job of local government chairman? What is the job of the governor of the state? That is why the Supreme Court said that autonomy to local government is paramount. So we don't need them to do the constituency allowance. Because they were there to make a law for us. The law that will change Nigerian citizens' life for better. So when you are not telling me that you are doing constituency allowance, in Dr. Media, Morayo, I've never seen any constituency allowance in the Okwemo area. That do our senator. So
Yakub, let me even cut you off because that part I 150% agree with you because I always said it, even on this table, because lawmakers really have no business if our local governments are indeed empowered. So now it's happened because the local governments weren't doing what they had to do. So hopefully now with this local government autonomy, where they're going to be having their money, maybe we need to review why senators and lawmakers are doing constituency projects. That's a conversation for a different day. Yeah. You're absolutely right. The lawmaker's job is to do the laws.
Make laws. Do your research and make laws.
And give 200 million. Let me buy blender. Let me buy all those things. It's none of your business. Local governments. So that's a very, very good point, but it's a conversation for a different day. Yes.
So we have 14 ex-governors who are now serving as senators in this administration. As ex-governors, they have pension, of which this, our Oga that made this statement is one of those former governors who have pension. He himself is a billionaire that was making a lot of money. So if I'm taking it from the perspective of him personally, I'll say the money is small because he's already used to living a very large lifestyle. But as when you opt into public service as a lawmaker, you are opting into a life of sacrifice for the people. Even the president, when he was swearing in, when he was being sworn in, and all the statements he was giving when he was becoming the president, was asking all the people that were going to be serving that this is a sacrificial service because we are asking all Nigerians to tighten their belt. So obviously that's part of it. If you are already getting pension, I expect that a senator that is getting pension should have recused themselves. Say, I'm not collecting the pension while I'm already getting salary from this place. Besides, when you're a senator too, you are entitled to lifetime. You are getting pension as a senator, then you not get pension as a governor. So you get the whole pension. God now help you that before you even became a governor, you were working in a company before and you were pensionable. You will not be getting 3 pension, while the average Nigerian is caught in between with nothing much and struggling to live.
So comments on social media. I have this one. I'm not sure if he wants me to mention his name. He said, "Good morning, Ryan. I'm watching your discussions and I like your analysis in respect of the legislation space. The truth is that we often pander to popular opinion based on emotion rather than think about the issues and facts. The expectations from the populace is killing legislators too. Every employee attached to the office of the legislature equally feel entitled to more pay rise as anyone out there. It can only be understood when subjected to careful analysis and dispassionate reasoning." So I get that because we are clamoring for 70,000, but all those workers that are working with these lawmakers also want to be earning 250,000 now. They don't want to be, so they're also looking to earn better lives. So you're saying, oh, give them 70 minimum wage, but they're saying, I deserve to earn 250,000 or 500,000 naira myself.
Just go round.
The truth is, if we look at this in 360, everybody has an argument. And I totally agree with Nigerians who are saying, I am earning 70,000. Why would one lawmaker be paying earning 40 million? That is like the basic passionate expression view. However, if we're looking at dispassionately, we also see that the Nigerians that are always roving around these lawmakers is a lot. It's even from the one at MDO. MDM is just your staff that come into the place. My mother died the other day. This one, everybody's cousin, every single person in your constituency. My brother was local government. My house became a constituency house. Like, they will be coming every single day.
Because he has a choice.
He doesn't have a choice because he just has to.
If you want to win again.
You're a public figure. Against people who are going to vote for you, they won't vote for you.
You see the point?
Yes. Come back to that's politics. That's politics. Yeah, you need political science now. What's the point?
So you have to connect with people.
If you don't connect with your people.
But it's beyond money.
Nobody's against your interest.
And we do this anyhow so that I can get back into power. Not because of what I intend to give to the people. So if I say I am not giving, for instance, this money was given to me to be able to do this local government road, do that, and that is all I'm sticking to. I am afraid that I will not be voted into power. Yes. So where does your interest lie? Let me use an example. Sustaining the power. I totally agree with you. It's not about helping the people.
Exactly. Senator Kinchibe, let me just mention her name here. I was at an event where she was, FCT. She was being accused. I was in the I think it was the Voice of Women conference I attended recently, and a rural woman stood up to say that when male politicians come to us women, we vote for them, and after they get voted in, they come back to us
to give us
and they give us things. You know, we see the male politicians. You women, we vote you in, and after that. That's when you now remember that, oh, the money is for the hospital, the money is for the schools, the money is for the, because she's like, I'm doing the bigger project for the greater good. I can't be coming to be giving Tokwe and giving Ramatu to it, because that's what the male politicians have been doing for years. They'll be giving you shekere because they're used to that system. But Senator Kinjibe said, you can't accuse me of not giving handouts. Because my job, I need to create hospitals, build hospitals for you. I have supported you in different ways. So I've supported you indirectly. But Nigerians may not appreciate that because they want handouts. So where does it stop?
So let me come and say something. My mom is a retired politician. She's doing ministry work. She's doing winning souls for God. But then, when the president was governor in Lagos State, my mom was very actively involved in AD, even when he moved to ACN, very actively involved. So in my house, we knew what was happening. When Governor Tinubu was leading Lagos, money was shared you chop, I chop, everybody's happy. When Fashola came in, everybody knew that Governor Fashola at the time was not settling anybody.
Okay.
But yet he got re-elected for second term.
Thank you.
Everybody, Lagos State became very cold, and they were working. Then street lights, then light up, then garden. And they were like, they yab, but he will come and speak all his English.
And go.
He will speak his English and let you know why he's not giving, why he's not doing bribery settlement. Of course, it's not that he's not entirely gifting or supporting people, but it wasn't it wasn't. And I'm sure all through, even when he was in power, even when he was doing roads, he was never going to be the typical politician. That's not who he is. But was he a good administrator? Yes. Did he serve the people? Yes. If he did not say he does not want, they will still give him position till tomorrow, based on his deliverables. So any politician that is saying that the pressure of the people is why I'm spending money for them, go and meet BRF and ask him to teach you how we did it.
Okay, let's take it.
On that note,
I would love to respond, but when you now bring BRF, you disarm me when you talk about BRF. But let me just take these few comments. Again, this person, I can't mention his name. I'm not sure you want me to mention his name. May we not deceive ourselves. Nigeria cannot afford to keep the 2 National Assembly chambers. We're talking about 40 million, Abi. Do you know how much they collect from MBAs to pass their budgets every year? I think that's MDAs, maybe the Administration Department. We have bloated offices in this country that we do not need. So he is actually saying that he's agreeing that 40 million.
We go back to parliament.
We're not supposed to even be gifting government money out. We shouldn't be giving it out, at least.
Can you tell me categorically your entire life? Government are not giving anybody in government.
This Uzor is running a business. If he feels like gifting, he has money from his own personal. He can use his personal money and give it out.
Can he give his personal?
So that he can give his money. So because he's in office now.
Okay, let me just take this caller. Good morning. Hello. I can't remember the name. Hello. Good morning. You're live.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead, please. Ruth.
Okay. Thank you. This is caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I am so enjoying this conversation. And the point I wanted to make was the point DC just made. My worry is that Nigerians, I read a quote that said, being broke is a condition and poverty is a mindset. My worry is that Nigeria is increasingly becoming poor. On the condition that
Ruth.
Re-elected. I am saying that is with the wake up to changing that mess. This poverty thing is a mentality.
Oh, Ruth, we can't hear you. It's
because
not clear.
Was that Fashola? It's clear. He wasn't giving you work. So if Nigerians stop following just to get and then keep getting, when will they get out of the vicious circle? By the time they change their mentality, if somebody does not give and he works, he will be re-elected. So it's also a workload on the politicians to take that mindset out. They're just...
Okay, I didn't get you, Ruth. But okay, so I was trying to think of this Fashola example. Because after Fashola, there was somebody. And during Fashola, there was a blueprint which he was adhering to. Now, there's a blueprint I'm following as a governor, but it doesn't mean that, yes, I might not be lavish in giving you, but I am oiling the system as it was established before me. The various PSPs, the machinery that was existing, I'm oiling it. I sustained it.
Yeah, that's okay.
So it can be seen in different ways. You can see one as giving out money and that one as oiling the system.
No, but the other one,
somebody came afterwards, disrupted the blueprint, but Ambode was also known to be very giving. So some people said, Ambode, but me, I never give, but I heard.
He was stingy.
No, Ambode was not stingy.
He blocked every possible loophole for everybody to make. Like, he was an accountant, yes.
So he had a few people that were...
As an accountant, he looked at the system and closed everything.
So let's break it down. Let's break it down.
I'm trying.
Let's break it down.
Go ahead.
There's nothing stopping Nigerians or human beings from doing charity. But you should not do the charity at the expense of the majority. That's what is happening with our politicians. So the money that is meant for infrastructure will now be used to do charity for a few people that happen to surround you, or that know somebody, that knows somebody, that knows somebody. How many percentage is that in the populace of the people you are supposed to use that particular money to help? So you can have your own, every individual, and I'm sure here, we do a lot of charity for people here. From our salary, we have our quota for the month that I'm going to be able to help so and so number of people from my pocket. Once I exceed that, till next month.
Yes.
Madam, we cannot help you now. I don't have money available for this right now. Can you chill and come back next month? Nothing would happen to you. It's about the will to do the right thing. And it's about the will also not to be a people pleaser. It's also about the will to be called out as a selfish, wicked, stingy, greedy, and you own it with your chest. I'm
Come and
doing the
defend
work
yourself.
that I am here to do. Till we get to that point, we'll keep going round and round and round. And I keep asking myself, all these people that go and collect this one, they're burying my mother, you collect money. They're burying my father, you collect money. The road to pass to the burial, you don't have road. The hospital that even killed your father and mother, it was not equipped. If not, that your mother that you're burying would have been alive. So which is better for us to pay attention to?
Okay, let me take a few comments. They said, go ahead,
okay, so they said local government not doing what they are meant to do, then they should empower them to do so. But they won't, cause of what they will chop inside.
Wait, that person talking there, please. Hello? The Supreme Court has already passed this. So I know that in the local government are now going to be getting the allocation. So let us educate and get people to think the right thing. Let me take this comment. It says, employing core members, leaving constituents that work to get them in office. I don't know about that one, no. Tumba Karim teacher says, these lawmakers are akebaje. 14 million naira per month is 200 months of average Nigerian worker salary. Yeah. Lawmaking is a service, not money making. These people should fear God or Haba. Let me take this call. Good morning. Thanks for calling. I'll come to you back. Come back to you, Ramatu. Oh, I lost that call. Come on, go ahead, Ramatu.
So there's one. They said our lawmakers are the highest paid in the world. For a poor country, this is not available.
So, Bolanle says, okay, so Kore Michael says, except you really want to know, but he was talking about the FX changes and its impact on
the caller is back. Hello, okay. Are you there? Honorable Olulade. Honorable Shegun.
Yeah.
How are you doing, sir?
Yeah.
How did you get through? Good morning. Oh, my God. Lawmaker is talking to you now. Okay.
Former lawmaker in Lagos.
How are you doing, sir? Go ahead. You have the floor.
I'm very fine, though. It's nice hearing from you, too.
Yes, yes.
The 40 million naira can be considered to be too high. But sincerely speaking, you must be a wicked lawmaker when you have people who are on sick bed, who need house rent, who need employment, who have not been gainfully employed, old women, be downtrodden within your constituency, not to talk about your families and your friends and those whom you have known that have this entitlement mentality. When you bring down that 40 million, I'm no more a lawmaker. I've left the house for almost 6 months, 6 years now, going to 7 now. But I can tell you on a daily basis, I get minimum of 30 requests. By the time you put it together, is over millions of naira every day. So just consider me a former state House of Assembly member and compare me with somebody who is a senator. So you will understand that 40 million naira might be this big as we are all considering it. And when you say people are being paid 70,000 naira, the 70,000 naira, it will not be enough. We are talking about fuel in Akin fuel now. People are calling those who are representing them more than ever. Yeah. And that's the reality. Everybody is being affected. So I understand the concerns of people who are saying 40 million is too big or whatever.
Honorable Shagun, let me stay with you for a second. I know I wanted to ask.
Would it be easier if, while you were honorable member, maybe it was part of your job to pass the laws in your constituency, to ensure that, first of all, you have affordable housing for the people of that constituency, so that at least it takes away from somebody meeting you to be able to pay house rent. You have good health healthcare system. You are all under insurance, the HMOs and everything. So it takes away people coming to meet you that their mother is dying and there's no money to care for them. Shouldn't that be what you are working towards? So that you take the pressure off you as an individual. As a government person, you're not supposed to be the individual there. You are the government. Wouldn't that pay us in a longer term than just handing them help here and there?
Well, I agree with you, but let me tell you my own personal experience.
Okay.
We went to Germany a few years ago as lawmakers. I met a young woman who has been in the parliament for over 20 years. And I asked her, what were you doing for your constituents? The only thing she could mention was that she helped them at a particular time when there was flooding to raise funds. I asked her, do you pay school fees? She said, why should she? Do you do this and that and everything I've mentioned now? Now, when you go to Lagos State, the bill that we do, this bill that the law that we are operating on health insurance today, I was the one that worked on it as a member. And that does not stop people today from asking me for money to pay at the hospital. You see some people that have critical issues that you cannot even remove your eyes from helping them. These are issues that we must understand. How many people can use the HMO? When you consider the population of Lagosians alone, how many people are on that net and net of those who are using the HMOs that you are referring to? How many are they? How many people have those houses we are referring to? We have housing schemes all over Lagos State today.
They are not affordable, sir, now.
How many people have access to it?
Yes,
comparing them with the general population of Lagos. So we need to understand some of these things. No matter what you say, there are people who are still not going to stay with whatever thing we are doing. They still need that demand. They will still come back to you to request.
Thank you very much, Honorable Shaka. I have to let you go at this time, but thank you very much for calling. Let's take a few more comments on social media. Any more comments?
Hey, we have...
Somebody said, Bolale says, who sent them to dash money? I beg.
Will you not be in a situation where you need somebody to dash you money?
It's not everybody that would. Somebody said, we need statistics of the yearly amount of students studying abroad and how does this government alone, how much the government is spending on air traffic, to and fro to travel abroad. Moses Ade said, Honorable Shegu, you've spoken well. Brother said, I'm not a lawmaker and don't earn salary, but I still help people if the need arises. You don't have to use government money for charity.
Yes.
Corey Michael says, well, if institutions and structures and factories were invested in, we will not have encouraged a society of beggars because a country cannot run on giving handouts. So obviously,
let me take this call. Okay, good morning. Thanks for calling. You're live. Pastor Lucky, you're live. Go ahead, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, thank you for your topic discussion today. Now, for me, I think earlier on, Tope made a summary of the whole issue by citing the example of you ladies working for TVC, and then at a point in time, you decided to get PAs for yourself. That didn't become a burden on the organization that employed you. Now, if you are employed to carry out certain duties, you are not paid according to your needs at the end of the month. You are paid for the services you render. Okay? Now, if you want to change, like for example, Sister Morales, you have a male driver who is a domestic staff to you, and then he comes every 3 months to tell you, I don't know if this word is allowed, to tell you he's carrying out a D&C on his girlfriend every 3 months. That doesn't become your burden. That's his personal. If you are employed by an organization or a system or an institution, the job, description is made clear. Whatever.
Oh, let me put another example. Your dad is a very important person in Asaba. In his community, he's known. He's a big person. And when he's 105 years old and he's ready to depart, and he finally departs, because of the governor identifying that, this man was very, very influential. He helped in this community. He's somebody that his generation, because they respect the name. And because of that, they say, Obiajilu, take this money to support the funeral. That is the Africanness in us. But that money is coming from somewhere. So we don't reject it because, governor came, he gave me 1 million naira to help support because of the person my father was or the person my mother was, as in this community, in respect for that work. Now, that money is not his own personal, it's government money, it's taxpayers' money.
Why is it?
Now, my question, because it's not only, listen now, it's not only you, there are other people too who are impacted in different ways, and we expect the same kind of regard to them. The point is, we are Africans. It's either we retain that culture, or we decide as a people that I know you, I don't know you, I respect you, I don't respect you. I'm sorry, I cannot give you government money to celebrate your fathers. Yeah, and that's how they do it in the West. Yes. But you see, something makes us different as Africans compared to them. So we can either blur the lines, but in doing that, we must now agree. It happens.
We cannot spend the money that we don't have.
It's not working
because
for us.
It is culturally acceptable. I have people getting married, they are going to the village, they will say they must bring this number of tubers of yam, and we had to do meeting. I said, do you want your child to get married, or you want your child to remain in your house till she's 35, because now she's 29, and the other one has been waiting for the past 2 years, gathering money, but inflation has eaten out of the money. They can't give you the entire bridal list that you're asking of. If you still want your child to get married, you need to tell the family members that culture might say you must buy this number of crates of different beer and different drinks. But this my daughter's husband cannot afford it now. You cannot spend what you don't have. As a country, we are borrowing money to spend on things we don't need to maintain a look, to maintain lifestyle. So it is important. It might look like this is our culture, this is what we've always done, but we need to also look at it and say, it's not sustainable for us, so let's see what we can do.
It's not only help, they're even helping. All these small girls with big God, where do you think the money is going? They're buying houses, they're buying different things. In fact, it's a trade, a stock in trade for a certain set of people to just hang out where a politician will see you and you have hammered, you have made it for life. From taxpayers' money. Nobody said don't give, but give from your own
pocket
and remove the burden on the people.
Okay, so there's this comment from Dr. Mark. He said part of the reason people keep begging these senators is that they are not working to empower people, to improve their lives. Stop giving fish, empower them to fish so they stop begging.
This thing sounds so nice, but I was in a conference of rural women. These are not you. These are women who are farmers. These are women who are, they are the ones that go out to drama, come and vote. These are the rural women. They sat down there and they were pointing fingers at the senator. We put you there, but you need to come back to give us handout because that is what they know. Now, if the culture, you can't just switch it and say, okay, because we want to be enlightened, you this rural woman, don't expect that. Accept the hospital as a giver. No, I'm giving you an example.
If they give rural women, it's okay. We have no complaint.
You see?
It's not only
now you're talking with two sides of your mouth. No. I'm just telling you.
You have no idea.
I'm not disputing that. I'm also making you understand. The various levels.
How much do they give them?
The various
2 cups of rice.
No, they are
5,000 here.
You don't know
10,000 here. The ones that they give hundreds of millions. What are we talking about? Those ones are the ones that are complaining about.
The big God, small girl.
Yes, we cannot fund it.
Small girl, big God.
We cannot fund it.
That's another.
Let them ban down.
We have to wrap up. All right.
Banned, you know.
Any more comments? We have to because I don't know what to do.
Mike Obanisa says if you are giving, give from your pockets and of your own volition. Giving from funds assigned to other things is not our culture. We lost it along the line.
If you are going to be a politician in this part of the world, if you're going to be a politician, you better be ready to know how to give. Now you choose what you want to give. From your salary, it's fine. But they will suck you dry. Because it's easier said than done. Trust me. I have family. You change. God bless you. You change. You can't switch it. It's going to happen gradually. By having people more like Fashola, having people more like other governors who are saying, you know what, I'm not going to give anybody. I think it was Peter Obi too. In his own time, he wasn't a giver. Peter Obi was not giving. So we need more governors like that. Peter Obi, Governor Fashola, those ones that they carry that don't like this. If you have more of those, they graduate to say, okay, maybe I don't.
They are seeing the development.
And they're seeing it. So please, you can wrap up the show. Thank you.
Kore says, BC, they're not going to ban small get big go.
Auntie, let us end the program.
Okay, this program has
See you tomorrow. Bye for now.